I tell you what, I'm excited about this matchup. I'm excited to see Jordan Love, probably just as excited as the Green Bay Packers are to see what they got in this guy. And it's been a long time coming. Like I said, I'm excited. You know, this is not a Trey Lance situation or a Justin Fields situation where, you know, young guys get thrown into the fire and we expect excellence. You know, we expected those guys to have some ups and downs. For Jordan Love, sitting behind Aaron Rodgers for the last 2 years, one of the greatest quarterbacks the game has ever seen, this is his moment. You know, I expect Aaron Rodgers type of numbers. I expect them to win this game against a wounded Kansas City team. So, you know, I mean, this is his time. This is his moment. And like I say, I'm probably just as excited as the Green Bay Packers to see what they have in Jordan Love. But, you know, like I said, it's been a long time coming. You know, I remember my first start when in 2001, I set for 13 games. And when I finally stepped into the fold, I was ready to go. So I do not expect him to look like a rookie. I do not expect him to look like, you know, he has no competence of the offense or feel for the game. And, you know, I expect him to pick up where Aaron Rodgers has left off. Not being Aaron Rodgers or putting him in that realm, but as far as the success factor, you know, being in that echelon.
And so Vic thinks the Packers can win, will win. I have a confession to make here. It's just between us all together. I'm incredibly nervous. I know that that is not on brand for me when it comes to the Chiefs. And here's why I'm incredibly nervous. Because just like the Giants game, the Chiefs season now is on the line, and it wouldn't have been if Rodgers was playing. If Rodgers was playing, there are a lot of ways for the Chiefs to play well, lose, and feel okay. 4-5 is not great, but that 7th spot in the AFC playoffs is going to be wide open all year. So you wouldn't be dead, especially with the Raiders coming up next, chance to get a divisional win against the team in first place. But now that Rodgers isn't playing and the Chiefs are touchdown favorites, it becomes a game they have to win. Broussard, just like the Giants game was a game they had to win. And I felt like the Chiefs in the Giants game felt that, and they did not play Kansas City Chiefs football. They played not to lose. They had a plan. They were executing the plan for approximately 7 minutes, and then it went sideways when Mahomes threw the pass that went off Jerick McKinnon's helmet in the end zone, turned the ball over, bad luck, and then they started pressing. And they absolutely could have lost that game that they had no business losing. Because this is an unknown, because Jordan Love has been something of a punchline almost, because the Packers have to feel, you know, as carefree as they have felt in any game all year, all of that makes me anxious. That this could be one, it feels like it's back-to-back playoff games, but only Broussard, the downside of it. There's no upside to it. They beat the Giants, they got pilloried for it because they didn't play well enough. If they beat the Packers, the only upside is in the win column. If they lose, it's hard to say this team's all of a sudden going to go 6-1 over the next 7 and make a playoff push. So I'm nervous. I think the Chiefs will win. I think they should win. But I have no idea if Jordan Love's good. How am I supposed to know if Jordan Love's good? No clue. Haven't seen him since Utah State. And one last confession, I didn't watch a lot of Utah State when Jordan Love was there. Not exactly my big Saturday appointment viewing. So I'm anxious. I am more anxious than I would like to be about this football game, Broussard.
All right, I'm going to address you in a minute, Nick, but I got to throw this to Mike Vick quickly. Did Brian Gutekunst call you and promise you a job in the front office if you made that statement, Mike? I mean, Jordan Love to put up Aaron Rodgers numbers? Come on, my man.
No, hey, Chris, I only say that because you're sitting behind the greatest quarterback the game has ever seen, one of the greatest quarterbacks the game has ever seen. So it's really no excuse. Look, all due respect to Chris Chandler, I sat behind Chris Chandler and I learned a lot. This man sitting behind Aaron Rodgers in a great system. It's no reason why he shouldn't go out and put up big numbers.
Wow. All right, well, look, I don't think Jordan Love is a Michael Vick, but hey, we'll see. Maybe I'll stand corrected. Now to you, Nick. It pains me to say this, my man. I had to say it to Wilds a few weeks ago when he jumped off the Mac Jones bandwagon. I let him back on. You've now jumped off the Chiefs bandwagon.
See, what are you?
I mean, you serious?
I
have not.
Because here's the thing, Nick.
I have not.
If they lose,
you know what?
If they lose this game, Nick, then forget the Chiefs. I mean, they're not good enough. That's all there is to it.
That's my
They've fallen off.
That's
But
my
they
point.
can't.
That's why I'm anxious.
They will not lose this game. They better not lose this game. Because like I said, if they do, they're done. All right, they should be at the bottom of the tiers next week. They gotta win. And I get the things you said, but just as much as the Packers feel relief and they can go out there and they're playing with house money, the Chiefs are desperate. They are absolutely desperate, and I think they're made of the right stuff. All right, I don't think these last 3 years have been flukish or anything like that. They're made of the right stuff. I think they go out there and they take care of business against Jordan Love, who I did watch a little bit at Utah State. You got nothing to worry about, Nick. Trust me. Wilds?
That you did not.
I caught a highlight here and there. A highlight here and there.
Like, hey, honey, clear out the Saturday. Utah State versus Marshall. Okay, I also have a confession to make. I think Mahomes is still pretty good. I know we rip him on this show a lot, and I think he comes out of this weekend, Nick, he's going to beat some team. He's either going to beat the Packers or beat the Chiefs. One or the other. He's going to come out with a W in some sort of weird way. But, Mike, that's my question. It feels like the Packers can't beat the Chiefs unless Patrick Mahomes goes on another one of his interception sprees. And the odd part of Mahomes' interceptions are they're not like Jameis's interceptions were in Tampa Bay, which I'll use that as the bottom point of interceptions. We're like, you throw it up like, hopefully someone gets that on my team. These ones, interceptions develop in the pocket, where Nick will say it bounced off a guy's face mask, but also, and this is just basketball rules, he was jumping 2 feet off the ground over a lineman to throw the ball. Now, I am not an NFL quarterback like you were. That doesn't seem to be the most fundamental way to play football. He also had a few interceptions where he's in the grasp, going down, and heaves it up very Favrean. So the question for you is this. Can Mahomes just get back to basics and realize I should just stay here, keep my feet on the ground, don't throw anything sidearm, don't throw anything jumping. If I'm falling down, take the sack. Do you think he can play that way, or does that limit his creativity and ends up hurting him as a player?
No, absolutely. I think Patrick Mahomes can get back to playing at a high level, especially after winning the game last week. Even if it didn't look the way they wanted it to look or went the way they wanted it to go. You know, Patrick still has the skill set. You know, in the pocket now, he's getting hit a little more, so he just has to stop flinching a little bit. And sometimes you can start to see ghosts or feel ghosts around you. And that's a real thing in the pocket. Just got to get back to playing, you know, complimentary football. And look, man, Odell Beckham is going to be on the market at some point. You know, this might be the guy who can fill the void for Sammy Watkins. But in terms of, you know, Patrick just playing within himself, you know, not playing outside of the framework of the offense, just do what Andy asks you to do, and hopefully he'll get some protection. I think that can lead to a victory this Sunday over the Packers.
So Vic's answer to your question, Wilds, his first words were the most important. He said, I think he can get back to playing great football. What you're describing is a Patrick Mahomes that we've never seen. And this I won't, everyone always did the whole, Patrick Mahomes, get back to not throwing sidearmed, not doing things outside of the structure of the offense. Where'd he do that at? Never with the Chiefs, never at Texas Tech. I actually did watch some of his high school clips once the Chiefs got him. Not at high school, neither. So this is, who's the NBA guy we always compare Patrick to? Steph Curry. If Steph Curry goes through a terrible shooting slump, it would be silly to be like, hey, Steph, get back to shooting the mid-range. He's like, bruh, get back to that. Never done that. That's not my game.
We're talking turnover.
So I think
But we're talking turnovers. It's more like Russ right now.
Nick.
I under.
It's a different. It's a totally different
ahead,
story when you get hit and get knocked around. Trust me.
No. Of course. No. I get that, and I do think he is jittery in the pocket. I do think that is a thing. I'm not disagreeing with you, but the point I am making is what I don't like is what made Patrick Mahomes was the unbelievable plays he could make that no one else could make. I do not want him to try to take that out of his game. What is the play? To me, wild. And I'm sorry, I just got to say this. The Super Bowl play to me that sticks out in my mind more than just about anything is the play where he is hit, he is falling sideways, and he throws a bullet to the end zone that hits Tyreek Hill in the face mask, and Tyreek Hill drops it. That is a crazy throw to make, but he can make them. The turnover luck will regress. The one thing I agree with you on is he does need to know, like he did in the final play of the Giants game, a sack is not the worst thing possible, but the off-platform, bad mechanics throws is what he's always done. I don't want him to change that, Jenna.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.